Welcome back, lottery fans. It's been a while since I've done a video like this, but today I'm going to step you through the fine details of the performance of the number vault. You know, twice a month I go through and do the summary performance of the number vault, showing you every single state we're tracking, basically how many times they've been hitting in each of the pick 3 and pick 4 lotteries and the dollar amount associated with them. Well, today I'm going to step you through every single state we're tracking and show you exactly which section those numbers came out, what date they came out, and what numbers they came out, so you have the full transparency. You see all of those numbers. As I said, it's been a while since I've done this, and I used to put these on the website as well, but I've been lacking in doing that recently, so I'll make sure that I update this on the website as well, so you can go ahead and download this PDF, and you see all these spreadsheets and the numbers in there as well. And a quick reminder, if you don't already have it, go ahead and grab your May copy of the number vault. For those who aren't familiar with the number vault, it is a pick 3 and pick 4 lottery rundown tip sheet that I do every single month. Jam-packed, it's 54 pages because you've got every single state in there that has pick 3 or pick 4 lottery, full of all the rundowns and the algorithms. I pre-calculated those numbers so you can just go ahead and pick your numbers out of it. And what this is this is a walkthrough of the states that we're tracking, and you'll actually be able to see for last month, this is April's, you'll see exactly where they were hidden, so you can see that these numbers do actually come out. So we've already done this page. This is our summary page. Let's go ahead and dive into the state-by-state view. And our first state is Arizona, and as we know, that had $2,740. And it didn't have that many hits last month, but that's okay because we know Arizona actually doesn't have a pick 4 lottery. It just has this pick 3, and we're just tracking the evening here. But just in the evening, we had lots of straights coming out, which was really, really good. Seeing those straight numbers come out for Arizona was really, really hot. And we are seeing certainly a good mix across the board of each of the sections, having a good hit on those numbers there. Next up, we had Arkansas with 4,280, and just by the way, we're going alphabetically this time, not by the dollar amount won. Arkansas seeing a lot of good box hits across the board here, and we're seeing the hot picks and the hot pick 3s and hot pick 4s are definitely getting a lot of hits out of them. And we're seeing in the early part of the month, the rundowns were very hot there, and then the top secrets we're getting a lot in the latter half of the month, so it seems to switch from the rundowns to the top secrets in terms of those numbers that we're hitting there, which is nice. All right, pages are sticking together. Next up, we've got a 2-pager, California here. California seeing a whole bunch of hits here. California is one of those ones in the $10,000 range. It was $10,360. And it was definitely doing a lot of good in the lucky 3s and the lucky 4 section. We're seeing those all throughout here. And of course also the hot pick 3s and hot pick 4s in the first half of the month were very hot for California. Here we have Connecticut. Connecticut came with $4,780. Hopefully you can see that there. A good spread here. Most of these were coming in with the evening towards the end of the month, which is interesting. We had a very strong consecutive hit there, about a week long from the 15th through the 24th, where we were just hitting consecutive evening, pick 3, pick 4, pick 3, pick 4, which was really nice. And it's looking like the rundown sections here, that's the ones that were really hitting hard for Connecticut. Now, hopefully you're finding this useful if you are a member of the number vault, Lottery Predictor. When you get the number vault, seeing which sections are hot hopefully will help you pick your numbers here, because you can see which state by state which ones were very hot here. All right, Georgia comes as another 2-pager as well. Georgia is $720. Not surprising, because Georgia has a lot of different different drawings. You know, it's got the midday, the evening, the night, and the morning drawings as well here. Sorry, not the morning, just the midday, the evenings, and the night. But we're definitely seeing a consistent hit, you know, all through the month here. Every single day seems to be racking up those hits there across the board, which was really, really nice. You know, the first half of the month was super hot there for Georgia, and then it just continued on. You know, we were seeing multiple hits in the first half of the month, and the second half of the month still had that consistent, you know, almost every single day getting a hit out of there that was really nice. And it was one of those ones where across the board it was really doing well, but I am noticing that the hot doubles here, they are scattered a lot throughout, especially in the latter half of the month here. The hot doubles were really hitting hard for Georgia, which is interesting. those hot doubles are a smaller section, but knowing they're hitting well in Georgia must mean that they are. Georgia was definitely hitting the doubles last month. All right, Illinois here. Illinois as well, coming in, fairly consistent across the month here in terms of the numbers of hits. It had a nice consistent mix between evening and midday, which is always good to see. And it was also another one where these hot doubles were coming up quite a bit throughout the month. Percentage-wise, the number of hits that came out of the hot doubles were more than most of the other sections. So hot doubles were definitely a hot section in the number vault last month there. Indiana coming in again, coming in with $5,660 here. Lots of boxes and straights in there. That's what we expect to see coming out of there. And it was, once again, this is another one that was a good even mix. Evening, midday, evening, midday, evening, midday, all across the board, coming down a lot there. And it was the lucky threes that seemed to be doing very well here in the Indiana. I'm seeing a lot of the lucky threes coming out. So Indiana's hot section last month was the lucky threes. All right, moving on now to Kentucky. Kentucky with $5,160. It was another one that seemed to have multiple hits on multiple days. And we're seeing these stretches here where on the 2nd it had 3 hits, the 11th it had 3 hits, 21st it had 3 hits. So multiple days within a month where it hit 3 times in a single day, which was really nice. And it was definitely the rundowns here that we're seeing that were hot sections for Kentucky as well. And it had a good smattering of top secrets as well. They're showing up multiple times in here as well. It's a good run for Kentucky there. Louisiana coming in, $2,740. All evening drawings for Louisiana. And it was fairly consistent rundowns again, coming up 6 times out of all these hits. So rundowns was another hot section, but also the Louisiana Hot Pick 3 section was also a very hot section for Louisiana last month. Maryland coming in next. Maryland had a lot of hits. It's another 2-pager, like some of the other states. $4,820 there. Coming in with another good smattering of a mix of evening runs and then midday runs and then evening runs and then midday runs. It seemed to kind of bunch them up there in groupings, which was nice. And it was definitely the hot pick 3s and hot pick 4s that were the hot sections for Maryland. But also we're seeing a lot of these lucky 3s coming in as well. So those were the 2 hot sections for Maryland last month. All right, next up we have Michigan. Michigan, another one of those 2 pages, $5,260 there. Very good mix across the board. Almost every single day we're seeing a hit coming out of these Michigan numbers, which is really nice there. And it's another one where these lucky 3s and these lucky 4s are hidden. You see lucky 3s showing up quite a lot in this section here, and intermittently with a lot of rundowns as well. I'm seeing several instances of the rundowns hitting for Michigan. So lucky 3s and rundowns were hot for Michigan last month. Missouri coming in here. If I find the number, all these pages are sticking together because they're fresh off the printer here. $9,800, really good showing for Missouri there. Definitely the lucky 3s and lucky 4s are very hot here, and we saw a lot of the rundowns as well. So those lucky 3s and lucky 4s in those rundown sections, those seem to be fairly consistent across all the states last month. Those were really the hot sections. That's why it's important, if you get the number vault, definitely keep tracking all those sections. And if you see patterns occurring, like say for example, if you'd been watching the rundowns of the first week of this month, last month, you'd have seen these rundowns being hot sections there, and you could have started playing those and started picking up these ones in the later half of the month as well. New Jersey coming in, $4,380, and it was the New Jersey, it was the hot pick 3 section that was really hot there for the New Jersey. And it's interesting because we start off the month with lucky 3s and lucky 4s being the hot section, and then we switched over to rundowns and the hot pick 3 sections being the hot ones. So almost give you a tease at the beginning of the month, giving you those teaser ones, and then really hitting it hard on the other sections there for New Jersey. New York comes in next. New York, another one of those ones where we see almost a hit every single day. As we come down here, we're seeing multiple hits on multiple days as well. When we look at 13th 2 hits, 14th 2 hits, 18th 2 hits, 20th 2 hits, 22nd 2 hits, 25th 2 hits. It was almost flipping with a double hit and then a skip a day, then a double hit, then a skip a day. Very interesting pattern there coming out of New York, but it was also very consistent between flipping between evening and midday, all the way down, which is nice. And it's really the top secret section doing very well here for New York, as well as those lucky threes again. As we've seen with the other states, the lucky threes really did hit it hot there. And of course, New York coming in with $12,120. Big amount of money coming out of New York last month. North Carolina up next. North Carolina, we're seeing once again, we're seeing that same pattern, those lucky threes and those lucky fours showing up quite a lot. But we're also seeing several of these top secrets spattered in here quite a bit, which is nice. Those top secrets did very well, and several straights coming out of last month as well, $10,240. Ohio coming in next, $6,380. Ohio, another one of those ones almost every single day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That first week you're hitting multiple hits every single day out of there. It continues on 10, 11, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So almost every single day you're getting a hit out of there. And no surprise, we're definitely seeing some Ohio hot pick threes coming in here very strong. But it's the lucky threes, as you can see, and the lucky fours that were the hot section as well there. For Ohio. Ontario was our top state, or rather our top province, because it was Canadian last month, over $15,000 there. And as you'd expect, it's another one with those fairly consistent wins across the board there. It did have a nice, good break between evening and midday. It seemed to switch out fairly consistently. And it was the top secret sections that are really showing up, and the rundown sections that are really catching the eye there as you look through these to see what percentage of these sections were hitting the most. Rundowns was definitely the most there, but we're seeing a lot of these top secrets in here as well, which is nice to see. All right, next up after Ontario, we have Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania coming in. It did a nice pattern here where it seemed to group up the evenings and middays. It did a couple of middays, couple of evenings, 3 middays, 4 middays, 3 evenings, 3 middays. So it almost seemed to, unlike some of the other states where we see it switching off, this one almost tried to bunch them up, which was interesting. And it's the rundown sections here that we're seeing really showing up heavily on Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania's hot section was definitely the rundown sections last month. $3,800 there coming out of Pennsylvania. All right, South Carolina coming in next here. I did not actually sort this, which is unfortunate. But yeah, we're definitely seeing the hot doubles again for South Carolina. We're seeing a lot of those hot doubles. Hot doubles is a small section, but seeing those doubles coming up quite a bit in South Carolina, definitely a good showing that doubles were popular in South Carolina. All right, next state up is Tennessee. Tennessee is another 2-pager there. There's a massive amount of rundowns in hits in Tennessee. $11,700 coming in there for Tennessee. And it was fairly consistent across the board. I see all of these sections hitting really well, which is actually not surprising seeing how many hits Tennessee had. But we're seeing lots of rundowns in here, lots of top secrets in here, lots of lucky threes in here. We're seeing lots of the Tennessee pick 3 and pick 4 numbers in there. So it was actually one of those ones where Tennessee, you had a hard time picking out which was the most popular in terms of the sections, because all of the sections were hitting really well there. Texas coming in, you'd expect Texas to be 2 pages, and it did not disappoint. Texas is another one there, $13,480 there. Look how many hits Texas had, almost 2 full pages of hits. Mostly box hits here, but it did have a good smattering of straight hits in there as well. And as you'd expect, almost every single day. I think, in fact, I'd be hard pressed to find a day that it didn't hit. It didn't hit on the 5th, but it did hit. Didn't hit every single other day. There didn't hit on the. Oh, it did hit on the 15th. So, and then 19th and 20th. But every other day seems to be a hit. So yeah, definitely a good amount there. Once again, it's a good sharing between evening, midday, morning, and night. There, you're seeing all of these drawings represented. But it was definitely the lucky threes and the lucky four sections. We're seeing that almost across the board here. You know, how many times that started hitting. So definitely a lot of stuff coming out on those lucky threes and those lucky fours, which is not surprising because that's what we saw in the other states as well. The lucky threes and lucky fours were definitely the hot section there coming out. And it's an error page right there. Virginia, we got a couple more to go here. We got Virginia and then one more out of this. Virginia, another 2-pager there. $4,580 here. Almost all box hits from Virginia. Only a few straight hits, which was interesting. But it was the rundowns. You see all of these rundowns here. The numbers coming out of the rundown section were definitely the hot numbers section for Virginia coming out there. And then, of course, our last one is Western Canada. Western Canada coming in with $2,600 there. And it definitely had a good showing from the top secret section here. We're seeing five of these hits out of the top secret section there, which is really nice. And, of course, all in their evening lottery as well. So there you have it. There is the full review of the number vault performance. And as I said, I will make this available on the website. You can go ahead and download this, cruise this on your own, so you can see all of the numbers, all the actual sections they came out with, what date they came out, everything like that. So it's completely for you to see. And don't forget to go ahead and grab your copy of the May number vault. The link is down below in the description. Just go to lotterypredictor.com and select the number vault from the menu or on the footer bar. Well worth getting. These May numbers are also hot. I've been running some early figures in anticipation of doing the mid-month review in a couple of days, and the numbers for this are great as well. So definitely go ahead and grab that. Alright, I'll be back with some more winning rundowns later on. Definitely if you like this video where I do the full breakdown, show you every single number, every single drawing that it came out with and what date it came out on, definitely leave me a comment below to let me know, leave me a thumbs up, because I will keep doing these if this is of interest to people. Alright, good luck, catch you on the next one, bye.